Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I learned something today, and I've always wanted to have this segment called Today I Learned, so I'm going to share what I learned with you. Today I learned about restraining orders in the state of California. So, before I go any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. So if you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. I really would like to create a better world. I don't like this one. It's dull. It's painful. Everybody's hurting everybody else. I don't even like swimming in the ocean. I haven't swum in the ocean in a very, very long time. But I like breathing, and the ocean helps me with that. So I'd like to clean up that ocean. Anyway. So I found out about restraining orders today. I had a situation. I don't want to get into it. I consulted my lawyer. I have one of those. And my lawyer advised me to get a restraining order. And I live in the state of California. I was able to go online, fill out all the paperwork for this restraining order, okay? I was then sent copies of the restraining order by the court. I printed them out, and I called my local sheriff's department. I live in an area where we are serviced by sheriffs. There's no PD, okay? No police department, there's sheriffs, right? A sheriff, you can call them an officer, I believe, but they're normally referred to as a deputy. Sheriffs are county. So I called the sheriff's department. I said, I have this restraining order against this person. They are, here now. And I was wondering how this works. Just do I hand them the paperwork and, give them half an hour to get their things? Or, when do I call you? And they said, we'll send somebody over to look at the restraining order for you. Because, unless we look at the order, we don't know, all right? So two members of the sheriff's department, two deputies, came to my house. And I handed them the paperwork, and they said, can we issue this as the paperwork to this person? And I said, yes, of course. I printed it out for that reason. They read through the paperwork, saw everything there, and then they issued the paperwork, and they made that person leave me alone. I will have to go to court to justify my behavior, justify that this person is of, a danger to me. But they nearly killed me once some years ago. So, I think it's pretty clear cut. Anyway, so here's the thing that you should be aware of, that we should all be aware of. At least in the state of California, you can get a restraining order for any person who is abusing you in some way. Okay? This could be physical or emotional abuse. If somebody is, at your work and they keep doing things that bother you in an emotional way, you have the right to say, hey, no, you need to leave me alone. They don't leave you alone. A restraining order is a possibility. One of the things that was happening in this particular case is I was being gaslit. Gaslighting is a very cruel form of psychological abuse where you basically try to get somebody to doubt their own reality, all right? We saw that there was a very famous episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where I believe it was the who was it that had captured Picard? The Romulans. I believe it was the Romulans that had captured Picard, and they were torturing Picard, and there was this thing where it's like, how many lights do you see? I see 4 lights. There are 3. And, what he's doing, he's trying to convince you that there are three lights when there are four, is the doubting of the reality. Okay? I'm wearing a blue shirt. If somebody said, no, that shirt is pink, and this kept insisting that the shirt was pink, trying to convince me that this shirt is pink, this would be gaslighting. And it comes from a play called Gaslight, where this man kept trying to convince his wife of things that were not real. Okay? Another great example from a play is actually the play Taming of the Shrew. Because how this shrew is tamed is that the husband is like, can't you see that this is a woman when it's obviously a dude? And, he just harasses her to the point where she's like, I will do anything you want, just stop. And that is gaslighting. It's this you're trying to break somebody mentally. And, so yeah. In the report, it's like, did this person do something to hurt you? Yeah, they said that I did this when I clearly didn't. They blamed me for this happening. And, how did it affect? Did it injure you? And so I was like, yeah, it made me really feel really sick. I basically, I think I had a bleeding ulcer open in my stomach. I'm not dead sure. But I had dyspepsia. I had stomach irritation over it. That's like, did this person, I actually had to cite 3 times in the paperwork where this person had done something that I felt injured me either physically or emotionally. So I did all that, and, now then a judge apparently saw it, a judge signed it. I had my lawyer look at it, and there is a hearing date, all those things. So yeah, and I did all that without ever going into court. Now, I will have to make the statement that my lawyer said, for us to file the order for you, we would need a deposit of $5,000, which is, it's a lawyer. It's reasonable. It's a lot of money for me. And if I wanted a temporary restraining order, which is what I was granted before the hearing, I would have had to pay an additional $2,000. All right. And then my lawyer said that if I want representation in the hearing, I would have to put down a deposit of $2,500. So, again, lawyers don't work for free. All right. I don't make enough money to be throwing this. I have this lawyer from a pre-existing case. They are my lawyer for this case. I don't know how much longer I will have this lawyer, but I will have this lawyer at least until the case is done. So that's what's going on in my life. But, that's one of those things about law, is that it can be quite expensive to go through a lawyer to do this. Now, the court does give me the option, okay, of requesting that this person, the person I'm filing against, pay my lawyer fees, right? And I will request, the consultation probably costs, $1,000 or whatever it is. I will ask for an invoice from my lawyer. My lawyer may or may not give me that invoice, or they may just consider it a complimentary service. And then I would ask the judge, I would say to the judge, okay, here's the invoice from my lawyer. This is how much I was expected to pay for this consultation. And, if there's any other damages that I see from this person, any financial damages, I can request that this person pay for those damages. But, that's neither here nor there. But it's something we should all be aware of, is if you need a restraining order, you could now, apparently at least in the state of California, okay, I don't know about any other state, this is a California thing, but you can go online and file for that restraining order, and the court waived the filing fee. Right? So, good deal. I mean, it is entirely possible I could show up at the court and then, they could say, you know what? You don't need a restraining order, and then slap me with the filing fee. That's a possibility. Okay? We don't know anything until the court hearing and the judge's decision. But that's the situation at the moment. So, I learned that today. It was a very, very sobering lesson. You should all take that into account. It may save your life. I'm Richard.
Danger Ducky says, this is your magic moment. A moment for you to do something that is good for the world. You can comment, like, and subscribe, because for every 1,000 subscribers this channel gets, they will buy one of these bracelets I am wearing. Each one of these bracelets I am wearing means that one pound of trash will be removed from the ocean. Cleaning the ocean is an expensive thing to do, and we need your help, so don't be trash. Comment, like, and subscribe, and get trash out of the ocean.